Yeah. So I mean, I would like to talk about fraction today. So in today's math lesson. So here's a start activity. As you can see, I put some terms. I mean, you can describe fraction in these terms, of course. Yeah, just see whether you can remember the meaning of the following terms. Guys, okay, so I'll leave it here, and then if you need to go to toilet, if you are in the center and if you need to go to toilet, then you can go, or yeah, just or then you can while we're waiting for anybody, so then you can uh use this time to think about Ricky here. Yeah, so Ricky, I hope you can hear me. So what we're doing now is just a little start activity. So you can see so I put some terms here. So we got yeah, we say you can see we got some terms here about fraction, and
Ollie, here comes
give
the
you about
Giga Chad.
one or 2 minutes to think about whether you still remember the meaning of these terms. Right, okay, cool. Try to try to figure it out independently first. Then, of course, if you are in the class, I think I can see that Francis and Isabella, right? So you two are in the classroom. I can roughly see, yeah. Am I right? Say, Francis, yeah, and Isabella, yeah, cool, yeah, brilliant, yes, okay. You can have a discussion with each other because you are in the center. And feel free to have a discussion. I think I got everybody. Let me. Okay, let's just quickly go through that. So first of all, yeah, Ricky, so well done about the homework. Um, I will talk about the last question, but I don't think it's so. I need to apologize. That question shouldn't be there because that question, yeah, guys, I nearly forgot about that. So I'll come back to this starter activity. So, but before that, I want to just quickly review the subject knowledge we discussed last week. Last week we talked about time, and so the homework. I give you a homework about time. Or I put a very challenging question at the end to quickly show you. See, Vicky. So yeah, guys, try to do the homework because that's the way that you send me the homework and I'll mark them, and then I can take the opportunity to know how you get along with those questions, how you understand say about the lesson. So Ricky, first of all, well done. So I think you did really well. The last question, don't worry about it. So I just quickly show you. So, I hope you can see it. Yeah. So the last question, so it's a challenging one. Um, don't worry about it at the moment because this question not only is about time, more importantly, this question is also talking about angles. Yeah, I will talk about the angles. Well, so we will discuss angles probably in the next few weeks. And then after talking about those angles, subject knowledge about angles, and I'll come back to this and explain. So don't worry too much about that because in your 11 plus exam, it's very unlikely they're going to give you a question with that level of difficulty. So most of the question in your 11 plus exam be like so these like the previous question, but you need to say here. I think I put my working out there. Just be careful when you calculate the two. I mean the difference between times. So figure out how many minutes and how many seconds between times. Just be careful when you do the calculation. You can use I just put my working out there. So I think we had a discussion about it. We can use the column subtraction, column addition to figure out the time. So how many minutes or how many seconds. I can guys, maybe we can just quickly review that because I want to because this is quite important. Look, let's see this question. Yeah, let me actually see. Wait, just give me a second. So uh, uh, time. I just talk about one question because it's quite important. It's very likely you're gonna be asked to deal with questions like that in your exam. Okay, let's see this one. We do this together. So question 9, so is the question we're looking at. So question 9 is saying, say Dexter finished a puzzle in 44 minutes and 19 seconds. Okay. And Teresa finished in 9 minutes 50 seconds after say Dexter. And how long did Teresa take? Okay, so of course we know that Teresa actually take longer time compared to Dexter. Then what we can do is we're gonna do addition. Right? We're gonna add up these 2 times together. And we got minute and we got second, minute and second. We can use, basically you're gonna add up these 2 times, right? Then what we can do, of course, there are alternative way to do it. But I think the most effective way is column, is use column addition. The same as when we do like normal addition. For example, when we add I just give you a very easy example, like 53 plus like 79, and how would you add them up? Of course, you got 10 column, you got 1 column, just simply add them up like so. And so now, so 3 plus 9 is 12, and you're gonna add, so you're gonna exchange to the 10 column. This is 12, right? And then 5 plus 7 is 12, and you're gonna add up that one, and that's the answer. So this is called column addition. But in this case, we got so instead of 10 column and 1 column, we got a mini column and a second column, right? So the first time we got 44 minutes in it, and the second column we got 19 seconds in it. Then so we're gonna add up, so 9 minutes and 50 seconds. So added 9 minutes and 50 seconds. Then so we do the same. And then here the second, we just add them up. We get 69, and then we get 53. Okay, I know some of you might want to just point it out. Here, can you see that the 69 seconds is actually go over 60, because there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. So you can exchange. So that one, you take away 60, you get 90 there, and that 60 seconds become 1 minute. So that one, you're gonna add a 1. So that's why the answer is 54 minutes and 19 seconds. So how long is it gonna take to solve the puzzle? And that's the answer. Look, you can use column addition. What I wanna just remind you, it's probably the most important subject last week. Okay, guys, would you like to give a go to this? So Serena finished 6 minutes 27 seconds before Dexter. Now, look, it's before. In this case, you're gonna do subtraction, right? Yeah, and then so would you like to give a go? Let me just start just to show you how to start. I want everybody to use this method because this is really effective. This method, or I know there were alternative ways to do it, or it's very easy to make a mistake. But if you use column subtraction or column addition, it's very unlikely you're gonna make a mistake. So look, because it's before Dexter, so Dexter we know it's just they use a 44 and 19. Now you're gonna take away the 6 and the 27. Okay, would you like to give a go to see whether you can figure it out? Let's give you say about half a minute. If you got that answer, you can. Yeah, would you like to give a go? Say Francis and say Isabella, have you got a pen and paper? Yeah, just make sure you got so you need to practice. I mean, the only way to do math is just do math. So you have to practice. Yeah, you know the method, but it doesn't mean it doesn't mean that you can solve the question. You can solve the problem using the method you learned and get the correct answer. You have to practice. Okay, and during the practice, you can see there was a lot of details that you need to focus on. here, can you see that if you do subtraction, then, oops, sorry, 19 is smaller than 27, then you're going to exchange. If you finish, you can give me a thumb up. And if you like, I can see Jake and Ricky, you're online, then you can use the like the chat things, so to show me your answer. If you finish, you can just put your answer in the chat. But be careful, yeah, there's no need to hurry up. And Frasix, and it's about if you finish, you just raise your hand and let me. Okay, yeah, right. So okay, let's talk about it. So it doesn't matter if you haven't finished it. So we'll so we'll definitely come back to this and just let you practice more. Okay, let's see that. First of all, of course, we're gonna take away that 19 is smaller than 27. Then we have to exchange. Then we have to exchange 1 minute. So that 44, of course, going to become 3. And that one we're gonna add up 60. So it's gonna become so 79, right? And then 79 take away 27, of course, is quite easy. It's 9 take away 7 is 2, 7 take away 2 is 52, right? And then it's probably that. So it's 52. Oh, I can see somebody got an answer. Yeah, so Ricky got 38 minutes and 52 seconds. I think I can see be careful. I think should be 37, right? Yeah, because you exchanged, right? And that's gonna be it's 43 take away 6. That's gonna
I
be
forgot that.
oh yeah, just be careful about that. Yeah, but yeah, so but well done. Yeah, so it's just you just need a bit more practice basically. So that's exactly what I try to explain to you guys. To do, I mean, to learn math, you have to do math. The only way to learn math is to do math. Because during the practice, you're gonna see actually there are a lot of details that you need to be careful about. Yeah, you're happy about this method. So every time you're definitely gonna have a question in a 11 plus exam about time, and it's very likely they're gonna test you. Basically, just give you 2 times, ask you to figure out how many minutes and seconds in them, and you need to sometimes you need to add them up, sometimes you need to take away. Anyway, now let's go back to the let's close this. Let's go back to the yeah, don't worry about this question. So so the last one. So I will explain it after talking about the subject knowledge about angry. Okay, let's go back to the fractions. Yeah, I want you to just look at these terms and see whether you're familiar with these terms. What's the meaning of this term? I just quickly go through. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I've written it down here, but I don't want you to read so many texts. So that's just. I just quickly remind you. Let's quickly go through. Denominator basically is just the bottom part of the fraction. Like say, for example, 3/4. Then that's denominator. So this 4 is denominator, and that 3 is called numerator, which is this one. So that's actually the bottom part of the fraction. That's the top part of the fraction. Now, of course, this line you can call it vinculum, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, and lowest and simplest form is because some fraction, for example, like 2/4, if these two number they got common factor apart from 1, then you can simplify it. So you can basically just divide it by 2, divide by the same amount, and you're gonna get so you can use a smaller number to represent the equivalent fraction of the original one, and this is called simplicity. Now, of course, this is not the simplicity. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So I will say show you the question, and then you're gonna understand better. I just quickly go through, and if you still remember them, that's actually brilliant. If you can't remember it, it doesn't matter. So I will give you more detail. So this is a very commonly as a very common question about fraction, you will be asked in the exam. For example, I just give you of course, this is a easy example. So they could give you a probably bigger one. So 35 over 45. Can you simplify it? Then you're gonna know how to do it. Okay. I know some of you know how to do it, but maybe some of you kind of just forget. Not quite clear about it. But I will move on to the question talking about it. Does anyone know what improper fraction is? It has got another name that is called top-heavy. Top-heavy. And so if you know this name, then you know that it's basically a fraction that's yeah, I think. Okay, yeah. So Jay, would you like to talk about it? Yeah.
Improper fractions is where the top number is bigger than the bottom number.
Brilliant.
So say 11 to 6. So the top number is 11 and the bottom number is 6.
Brilliant. Yeah. So that's really clear. Yeah. So that's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, Jake. Yeah. So this is basically just the top number is bigger than the bottom number, or numerator is bigger than the denominator. Then the fraction just become improper, because fraction normally is like cut a pie. So basically the top one, when we talk about fraction, we know is like a part compared to the whole. So it's supposed to be smaller than 1. But this one, the numerator is bigger than denominator. So that's why it's saying improper. Or I think it's easy to remember. You remember this by knowing another name of it, which is top-heavy one. Yeah. So brilliant. Yeah. That one probably you guys don't know it, but you don't need to know that. But basically, this is a reciprocal fraction if you just make it upside down. For example, 3 over 4. The reciprocal fraction of it is just make it upside down. Say it's 4 over 3. So 4 over 3 is a reciprocal fraction of 3/4. So this is not that important. So I just you're gonna learn this a lot in secondary school. But for 11 plus exam, don't worry too much about that. And mixed number. So could anyone give me an example of mixed number? If you know it, you can. Oh, okay. So maybe Francis.
179.
179. Is it like this? Yeah. Is that what you talked about? Yeah. Yeah. Basically, it's a mixed number. It's just a mixture of a whole number and a fraction. I want to tell you, so because you might be asked to do operation using mixed number, then you just know one thing: mixed number is just equivalent to just the whole number part plus the fractional part. It's actually the same thing. So in terms of the value, it's the same. And I mean, if you write as a mixed number, you don't have to show that. So you can just ignore that plus sign. That's why it becomes. Yeah, I will talk more about that. And greatest common factor, right? Or maybe the highest common factor. In some cases, they say highest common factor. Say H, F. Okay. So that's basically just you need to know the factor, right? So factor basically is just a number divided by something. For example, we got 8. The 8 has got a factor of, we got 1 because 1 times 8 equals 8, and we got 2 because 2 times 4 equals 8, and 4 of course 2 times 4 equals 8, and we also have 8. Okay, 8 times 1 equals 8. So basically, and these are called the factors, right? So 1, 2, 4, 8 are factors of 8. Then if we got another, so if we got another number, for example, like 12, and then you can find out the factor of 12 using the same method. 1 times 12 is 12, 2 times 6, and we got 4 times 3, we have 6 times 2, and then we have I forget about 3, right? Got 3, 4. And then we got 12, right? And all these are factors of 12. Then can we see anything in common? So we got 1, they both got 1, they both got 2, they both got 4. And which one is the biggest? Of course, the 4. So that means the 4 is the greatest or highest common factor. And so that's actually what the greatest common factor means. So in a lot of cases we find out that, for example, when we simplify the fraction and we need to figure out what is the highest common factor or whatever. So you see how to use this in the actual questions. And least common multiple, of course, the same thing. But in this case, we're finding out multiple. I also give you two numbers. Let's do say 8 and 12. Okay, the 8 multiple, of course, we have 8, and 2 times 8 is 16. 3 times 8 is 24. I think I did 12. Yeah. Then 12, we can do 12 and 24. Of course, you can write more, but I just stop here because I already see something in common. 24. Say for 8 and 12, so these two numbers, they got a common multiple of 24. And also, can you see this must be the smallest one? Because if you keep doing it, you're definitely going to end up with a bigger number. So 24 is the least or the smallest common multiple. So I'm going to write as this. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I just quickly go through. It doesn't matter if you, I know, if you're familiar with all this, that's absolutely brilliant. But if you not so clear, but it doesn't matter because I will. So you're gonna I'm gonna show you some questions, and then to solve those questions, you're gonna use a few of this concept I mean as a method to solve it. Okay, let's see that. Yeah, this is just some explanation, but you don't need to because there's too many tasks here. So yeah, right, let's move on. Now let's see. So the first type of question is finding fraction of a quantity. Basically, if you see a question like this, they just ask you to multiply. So, for example, let's see the first one. So a quarter of 20. So basically, what you need to do is just a quarter times 20. There are alternative way to deal with it, but you can just consider this as a multiplication. So you know all the numbers, all the whole number you can consider it as a fraction. For example, 20, you can consider this as a 20 over 1. It makes sense. Because fraction, also you can consider fraction as the operation of division. So it's equals to 20 divided by 1. The same like 3 over 4 is actually equals 3 divided by 4. It's the same thing. And of course, you can convert that to decimal. It's the same thing. Here, why I want you to consider this way is because if you consider this way, you actually end up with two fractions times together. Then two fractions times together is very easy to operate. Just numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator, and it's 1 times 20 over 4 times 1. Then we end up with just, can you see, just 20 over 4. And of course, you can simplify it by finding out the common factor. Actually, 4 is a factor of 20 because 20 divided by 4 is 5, so the answer is 5. Of course, you don't need to do all this if you really familiar about the method. You probably only need to one step to figure out the answer. But if you get stuck and you always remember all the whole numbers, you can consider it has got a formula. Basically, just whole number divided by 1. Okay. Now, I want you to try some questions, but not all of them, of course. Let's see how you get along with it. Let's pick up some. What to do? Okay, maybe we do the last line. See how you get along with it. So, can we do 16 to 20? Basically, remember that off, just consider this as just multiplication. And then we got some quite big number here. Remember all the whole number you can consider number 1. If you're finished, you can give me a thumb up. And if you're in the center, you just raise your hand. There you finish. Isabel finished. Brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, and Ricky finished. Yeah, just to let you know, you know the 11 plus exam, you definitely got enough time, so there's no need to hurry. I also try to show, I think these are quite easy, but I still recommend you to show some working out. It's in the exam, so of course, it's a bit too early to show you, but I mean, too early to practice like mock exam paper. But what I want to tell you is, in exam, they wouldn't give you a question like that. Say they would, for example, let me just show you. Just give you an like, for example, question like 16. Then what you're gonna see is something like this. Insert new slide. So they're gonna show maybe question 1. They say, let's go back. Yeah. They say, so figure out the best way, figure out, so 1/12 of, I keep forgetting, is that 144, right? Yeah, 144. Okay, and then you will be given quite a lot of space here, and then they would give you they would give you a place to say, maybe say answers, and that's what say look like in an exam paper. And then to this area so is actually, so what they're expecting is you should start working out in this blank area. Okay, then try to show something there. So like in this case, you can, I know it's very easy, but it's necessary. So because you're gonna have some marks secured. Like here, you just show the massive. You just simply show that. Yeah, and then you can show a bit more. So 144 over 12, sorry. And then of course you're gonna calculate the answer. The answer is 12, because if you know the 12 times table, and then you definitely, you can figure out this so easily. But people can make a mistake. So look, if you show that, even for example, even you make a mistake here, if you put 11 by accident, then but you show this, if this is 2 mark, then you, so the examiner, they're gonna give you at least 1 mark. When they mark it, they put, okay, so this is correct, but this is just the last one. They're gonna put master 1, because you show the master, you gain 1 mark. And of course, don't forget to put your one answer in so on this line. So yeah, just to be careful. Yeah, of course, if you make this one right, and they're gonna give you C1, because calculation, you should correct it, you calculate correctly, you gain 1 mark, and you show the correct.
What do you need? What do you need? It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So yeah. Right. Guys. I know you guys probably all finished. Let's just have an answer. Sorry. Let me show you. So we have done 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay. The 16 answer is 12. Okay. And then the 17 answer is also 12. And the 18 answer is also 12. And 19 is 8. And 20 is 99. Have you got all 5 correctly? You got all 5 correctly, to give me a thumb up. Nobody? Or if you're in the center, just raise your hand. Okay, I can see you say Ricky got all correctly. Okay, can I ask? Yeah, so Francis, you got all 5 correct? Yeah. And how about Isabella? Isabel, sorry. Isabel, you got all correct as well. Or if not, maybe, okay, say Isabel, so which question you didn't get it right? Or have you got all correct? Isabel? Okay. How about Jake? Which one you didn't get it right?
I got 4 right.
So which one you didn't get it right? So
Number
6,
20.
20. Okay, let's have a look. Right, basically it's just the calculation, right? So is that 1 just equals this over 3, right? So Jake, did you show that in your draft paper? That no, okay, so look, so that's why. So did you just show the final answer? This is important. This is very important because in the exam, always show working out. Do you know what I mean? So working out. Even the easy question as easy as this, because we are all human beings, we make mistake. Yeah. So that one, of course, how to calculate it? You can use bus stop, right? Divide by 3. Of course, you can put 8 here, and you got 24. The difference is 5. Wait a second. Say 20. Oh, sorry, that's 7, of course. It shouldn't be. Oh, sorry, of course, you can actually put 9 there, sorry. Yeah, it's very easy to make mistakes. So you can you can see that. So oh sorry, you can put 9 there. So not you got 27 and you got 2 here and 29. Oh sorry, 27 and then you put 9 here. So that's why it's 99. Yeah, it's very easy to make mistake. But that's the method. But look, if you got question like this, so let's go back here. So 297. 297 and 1 over 3. It looked very easy, but very easy to make mistake. So in the exam, if you got the question, they're gonna show you this way. They're gonna give you some space. Then it's very easy to make it like what I did. I made a mistake. So I put an A there. For example, if I got say 89, you only show that, unfortunately, that's the wrong answer. You lose all the 2 marks. Okay. But if you show that, if you show something in here, you just say this times that, and it equals that. And then if you want to show more, you can write the bus stop here. Only this, without the final answer, you would gain 1 mark. Okay, do you know what I mean? So that's why, because you show the method. Now, of course, let's do that again. So you put 9 and you get 27, right? 27, you put 9 there, and then you got no remainder. So that's why the answer is 19. Okay, yeah. So don't look down upon this basic question. So actually, the majority of the question in your 11+ exam is just about that level, actually. Yeah. But so whether you can get it right is another story. Okay, right, let's move on. So let's see this. Here, so let's see. This is just a type of question so you might be asked to do. That is basically just like something times 28 equals 7. Then how to figure this one out? You're gonna rearrange it. So you need to know how to rearrange an equation. So something times 28 equals 7. Then that something gonna equals 7 divided by 20. Makes sense. And then remember, so the fraction is actually has got a strong link to operation of division. Actually, you can write this way. So 7 over 28. Does it make sense? Yeah. If you don't know how I link these two together, let me know. So 7 divided by 28 equals 7 over 28. If you feel confused about that, let me know. Are you all happy about this? Yeah. Remember, operation of division and a fraction, they are the same thing. In terms of the value, they're the same. Okay. So here, look, actually, you can just simply put this answer here. Of course, normally, so in the exam, they should also say, please show your final answer in the simplest form. Let's go back to the terms. So, do you remember? Actually, the second one. So you're gonna show the simplest form. Yeah. So how to check whether a fraction is in the simplest form? then you're gonna see the two numbers of the fraction, whether they got common factors or not. So of course the common factor can't be one, because one doesn't make sense, because one is a factor for all the whole numbers. So one doesn't take into account. But so what I'm trying to say is, let's go back to that question. So 1 over 28 times 28 equals 7. And then so these is a fraction. Then as a final answer, you should try to show it in its simplest form. Then you're going to check whether 7 and 28 you got any common factors or not, apart from 1, of course. And it actually does, because 7 is a factor of 28. So that's why they actually cancel out if you 1 over 4. So the final answer is a quarter to 1 over 4. Does it make sense? Why? It's because 7 divided by 7, say 28 divided by 7. The numerator and denominator divided by the same amount, so they still keep the same value. One. Okay, right. Then so I want you guys to try some. Are you happy about this? So let me do another one. Like 13 is very easy because you don't need to rearrange it. It's just ask you to calculate. Yeah, it's just like 2 over 3 times 60 is, you can write 60 as 60 over 1, and then you end up with the numerator times the numerator over denominator times denominator. And now of course you can look here. So a lot of us like to calculate that. And then of course in this case it's pretty easy. You end up with like just 120 divided by 3 and then you get 40. Actually, you don't need to do that. You can just start to simplify from there. Of course, it's entirely up to you. You see that 3 is a factor of 60, so you can simplify that first. Just 3, just basically you just divide by 3 on the numerator and denominator, and of course 3 divided by 3 is 1, so it just cancel out. And 60 divided by 3 is 20. And you see now you get 2 times 20 over 1, 40. So the final answer is 40. Okay, yeah, just another alternative way to do it. But all you need to do is just practice, and just keep practicing. Okay, right. I just give you. Would you like to try 17, 18, 19, and 20? The last 4. Yeah, I think all of these you need to rearrange. Some of them are quite tiny. Uh, yeah, let's see how you guys get along with it, because you need to know one subject knowledge. So, but you should, because you're year 5, then not yeah. So yeah, let's see how you get along with it. If you finish, you can give a thumb up, or you just raise your hand. It's quite challenging actually. It's quite challenging. I just give you 1 more minute, but it doesn't matter if you haven't finished it, because yeah, if you don't know how to do it, say it doesn't matter. Don't feel frustrated, because I know some schools a bit slow in terms of teaching you the subject knowledge, and also 11+ exam they could give you some questions that is a bit beyond the like outside the primary school curriculum. I want to tell you. So if you don't know, if you feel a bit if you, I mean, don't feel frustrated. I want to tell you. So some secondary school students, even year 10 or year 11 students, they can make a mistake. They actually make a lot of mistake when dealing with this. So let's talk about it. Let me just quickly show you the answer, but I will talk about this because the answer is because I want you to figure out the 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's see the answer for 17 is actually 44. So the answer is a 44. Then the 18, so the answer is a 40 is 45. And so 19, the answer is a 35. And the last one is 72. Okay, they're actually quite challenging actually, but let me explain. So let me explain. I want to talk about 17. Take 17 as an example. Take it out. Let's see how to deal with this. Right. So this one is not straightforward because we need to rearrange it. Whether it's a 3/4 times something, I put a question mark here, equals 33. Okay, let's give you some easy examples. So if you got say let's see, 2 times something equals 6. I think everyone knows the answer, right? So 2 times, yeah. So yeah, let's can you figure out this one? So Jake, so what
Yeah.
what is the meaning? So
2 times 3 is 6.
how do you figure out this 3?
Because 3 plus 3 is 6. And that's
Because
2 threes.
yeah, is that you, because the 6 divided by 2 is 3, right? Because 2 times something equals 6, and it's so that something must be 6 divided by 2, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense. You just rearrange it. But now it's actually the same thing. So 3/4 times something equals 33. It's just what you need to do is the 33 divided by 3/4. You figure out this one. Does it make sense? Yeah. And then you need to figure out this one. And then here actually you need a subject knowledge. You need to know. So if you want to divide it by a fraction, how to do it? Because I believe you guys know how to do the multiplication. For example, if I want you to say like say a number maybe 20 times say 3/4, then we already deal with that. So it's 20 times this, and then just simply So Ricky, have you got any questions?
Well, I do. I do. 3/4 are reciprocal. Reciprocal. The fraction. So it's then 4/3, and then 33 divided 3 is 11. 11 times 4 is 44.
Yeah, so I think it's that's absolutely right. I think it's yeah, it's a matter actually. Yeah, so when you want a number divided by a fraction, it's just equals to the number times the reciprocal fraction. The reciprocal fraction it's basically just make it upside down. So divided by fraction is just you just make it equivalent to that number times you change the division to multiplication, and then you make it upside down. So 4/3. Yeah. And then now this one, everybody know how to do it. It's just a 33 over 1 times 4 over 3. And then 2 is becomes 2 fractions times together. Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. It's like this. Sorry, 30 over 3. And then you don't have to calculate that because you can cancel out. So here, you just simplify the first. Like, I think so, Ricky, you're absolutely right. So 33 divided by 3 is 11. Now, of course, eventually, you get 44. Yeah, so that's why this one is 44. Does it make sense? Yeah. So this is quite challenging. So don't worry about it. Then let's just pick up another one to talk about it. Maybe we talk about 20. Look, it's the same thing. So 5 over 6 times something equals 60. Now, of course, so that's something going to be 60 divided by, so 5 over 6. And then that's going to equals to 60 times, look, make it upside down, the reciprocal fraction becomes 6 over 5. And then that's going to equal, of course, here just 6 times over 5. And then they can cancel out because 5 is a factor of 60. So you get, actually get 12. Oh, sorry, you get not 12. 1. Yeah, you get 12. Yeah. That's fine. You get 12. And then you just calculate 12 times 6. That's going to be 2 times 6 is 12. It's 72. Right? 72. I hope that's. Yeah, so it is. Are you happy about this? Right. So let's just summarize. So here, so we just look at multiplication and division of a fraction. Then so I can yeah, so I'm showing you this. I know so some of you will be confused by this because I use something called algebra. So because I use letter. Why I use letter is because I want to general so I want to talk about the general things rather than specific things. But here basically what I want to show you is you've got 2 fractions. Let me just use specific case. For example, you got the half times 3/4. Then if 2 fractions doing the multiplication is simply numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. Now, of course, you get answer 3 over 8. Okay, so basically, so in algebra, we use letter to represent any numbers because this is only a specific case. This one only shows it works when the 2 fractions are half and 3/4. But how to generalize it? How to how to use symbols to represent something that is generally like making sense? Then you're gonna use so letter to represent it. Well, it doesn't matter. So actually, so if you don't understand, I will talk about algebra because algebra is important. So it's actually go beyond the primary school period. You probably quite a few schools gonna talk about that. But in 11+ exam, if you know algebra, that's going to be so easy to solve a lot of questions. Basically, you just remember one thing. When you see letter, not only numbers, if you see letters in your expression, then it's called algebra. It's called algebra. Okay, so it's a Greek word. I think you don't. Basically, that just means you use a letter to represent something unknown. For example, if you want to, you've got something unknown, of course. You can't just give a specific value. Then you can use a letter to represent it. Normally, you use X a lot. Right. Anyway, so here basically what I want to show you is you got 2 fractions times together, numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. And then about division, I already talked about it. If you do half divided by 3 over 4, then it's just equals to the half times the make it upside down. 4 over 3. And of course, you just get, so 2 over 4. Right, so it's pretty easy. So, sorry, we need to move on. So, I think, so this just do a bit, right, okay, let's just see that. Right, do you know how to deal with that? It just, say, if you do division, that is just times the reciprocal, like the first one. So, it's just 3 times. We make it upside down. Then, of course, you get 6 over 1. Then you just get 6. Okay. So I think that's pretty easy. We just quickly do it. We only do 9, 10. Okay, see how you get along with it. I just give you 20 seconds. Okay, so That's extremely easy. Only do 9 and 10. Have you got that answer? I just pick up somebody and you give me the answer. Okay, so how about Ricky? Have you got that answer for 9?
Yeah,
And what is your answer?
15.
Very good. So that's correct. And then so how about say Francis? What is the answer for 10? You can just shout out. So I'll be able to hear you.
I'm still working out.
Yeah, just 10. Just the answer for this. 4 divided by 1 over 10 equals how many? You're still calculating. And Francis, have you got the answer for 10?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And what is that? Would you like to shout out the answer?
10.
You think it equals 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so anyone got different answer? Jake, would you agree with Francis about this?
Yeah.
Jake, you
Yeah.
got 10 as well.
Yeah.
4 divided by 1 over 10
I got
equals
40.
So Ricky got 40. 40 is the correct answer. Guys, so look, you're gonna go back to what I'm talking about. So when you do division, you just divide it by the make it upside down. Okay. Yes, there's no need to hurry up. So look, 4 divided by 1 over 10 that equals to 4 times make it upside down become 10 over 1. Can you see that? That actually equals 40 over 1, and that's 40. Does it make sense? So, Francis, are you happy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just be careful. So that's why I know. You know what? When I talk about the method, I think everybody understand it, but we just need to practice. Yeah. So don't look down upon these questions. So majority of the question in the exam going to be like this. If you make sure these basic question, you can get all the marks. So you can get all the marks. You very easily get 80% plus as your final mark. So right, let's practice a bit more. I think. Let's see. Let's see this. Let's do. How about we just do maybe the last 3, okay? So because I want you to practice more about division. Let's do 23, 24, and 25. Just remember, so divided by fraction, just you just equivalent to times the reciprocal fraction. Make the fraction upside down times the reciprocal one, the upside down fraction. Take your time. I think we probably just because we're a bit running out of time, but yeah, I think that's just exactly what I'm thinking of. So I want to talk about multiplication and division about fraction. Fraction, it's I think it's probably the hardest. So it's the very basic, but it's very hard to when you do the operation, especially plus and taking away. So next week we talk about plus and taking away of the fraction. Even I would say even so in secondary school. So the secondary school student, like year 10, year 11 student, they make a lot of mistakes when dealing with fractions. If you finish all 3, just let me know. You can give a thumb up, and if you are in the center, you just raise your hand.
Can I go to toilet, please?
Okay, shall we talk about that? Happy. Okay, so okay, so okay, let's ask. So Ricky, what is the answer for 23? guys, yeah. Let me just show the answer because we're a bit running out of time. So let's see. Yeah, we just do. You can do a bit of self-marking. So 23. The answer should be 23. Where is it? Should be this. So this one should equals to 108. Okay, and 24. The answer should be 120. And so 25. The answer should be 77. Okay. So have you got? You've got all three correct. So give me a thumb up. It's hard. It is hard. I mean, don't feel frustrated. Oh, Ricky, you got all three correct. That's absolutely amazing. How about Jake? Did you get all three correct, Jake?
Yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant. And Francis, so have you got three? Is there anyone you didn't get it right? Francis.
I'm still.
Oh, you just haven't finished yet. How about Isabel? Or Isabella? Sorry, I forgot her name. Is your name Isabel or Isabella? Is it Isabella?
Yeah.
Your name? Okay, sorry. I just keep saying Isabel. And Isabella, have you got all three correct? Say 23, 24, and 25. So which one you didn't get it right?
I'm still working on one.
Oh, you're still working on it. Okay. So right, it doesn't matter. Let's just basically all you need to remember is the method. And so any exam, there's no need to hurry up. Don't try to get the answer in one step, or don't try to just figure out without writing down anything. Just do all the calculations in your brain. I wouldn't recommend that. Even you're very clever. I can tell you, Albert Einstein can make a mistake. So if as clever as Albert Einstein, so so he wouldn't be able to figure out the answer in one step. So if you try to do that, it's very likely he's gonna make a mistake. Let's see here. Let's quickly go through. Let's go back maybe here. I don't want you to see the answer. Let's see the 23. So what I'm expecting you to show me is this divided by this. Just shows I'm working out. That's going to equals to 63 times, make it upside down, and then you do this times over 7, and then you can cancel out. Of course, that's the 7 times table, right? So it's 9, and it's just 9 times that, so it's yeah, that's how we figure it out. Just 9 times 12 is 12 times table, right? So see, and let's see. So 24. Look, you're gonna show 108. The divided by that, just times upside down, and then that's gonna equals 108 times 10 over 9. They got common factor of 3, right? So they become 3, and that become, so let's see, it's quite challenging. So 9, 18. Is that right? Oh, they also got common. Actually, nice common. Here, sorry, we're running out of time. But here is what I want to talk about. That's a big number. So 108 and 9. You might not see that 9 is the factor of 1, so 108, but you can easily tell that it both got the common factor of 3. So you don't have to find out the highest common factor in one step. As long as you find any common factor, you just divide it. Because after the division, you're going to end up with a smaller number. That's going to be easier to deal with it. Now that just become 12, and then you become 120, right? And the last one as well. Let me just give you a second. Let me finish off. I'm say 11 over 10, right? I think that's pretty easy. Say that's 10, and then look, they become 7. So the answer is 77, right? I hope that's right. Yeah, 77. Okay, right. I think so we need to finish now. So yeah, we'll continue this subject not about fraction next week. I'll talk about the addition and the subtraction. Okay, but yeah, so yeah, so we got some homework there. So good luck with the homework, and you all have a lovely weekend. And this is the end of the lesson, guys. So bye bye guys.